Today we're going to take a look at proper deadlift mechanics. We want to start with stepping up to the bar properly, and to do that we need to have an even grip, even stance, and our hips a lot higher than in a squat. One of the things we find most common with people as far as errors go is that they set up like a squat. They have their hips really low, their knees come forward, their head and chest are up. But we at Competitive Edge teach it differently. We want it to be a hip hinge rather than a squatting motion. So you'll notice here that my hips are a lot higher than my knees and certainly a lot higher than in a squat stance. A good way to check to see if you're in the right position is to check your forearm and your shin angle. You'll notice here when the bar is on the ground that my shins and my forearms are pretty much at the same angle, nice flat back and a neutral neck. You'll notice the hip hinging movement here, meaning that the hips are opening and closing somewhat like a door hinge with the thighs and with the upper body. That's what we're really trying to get across here rather than this being a knee dominant movement. You'll notice as I'm lifting the bar and lowering it down that the bar stays on a straight vertical line. You don't want it to swing away from the body at all. And also right before the lift, you'll notice my back or my lats contract. Even though a lot of people think of the deadlift as just a leg exercise, we want to make sure our upper body or our torso is engaged too so that we keep that spine nice and safe. Here we're going to take a look at what we don't want the starting stance of the deadlift to look like. You'll notice hips down, chest up, head up with the spine in a place of extension, and the knees come forward over the bar. This starting stance doesn't allow us to target our posterior chain with the deadlift like we want to. We want to engage our glutes and hamstrings and back, but when our hips are down like this, it turns a whole lot into a squat and a quad exercise. You'll also notice when I lower my hips down like this, it makes the bar come out and around my knees, which is not what we want to do. Here's the last couple good reps of a deadlift. Our coaching point with that lat contraction you see at the bottom of the movement is to break the bar. Think about breaking it back over your shins to get those lats contracted. You'll notice that bar staying on a straight line, hip hinging with a straight back and a neutral neck. If you start taking care of those points with your deadlift, you're going to be in a really good place to start making all the gains you want, performing inside and outside the gym, and all the different activities you do.